welcome to this new moon Scorpio partial solar eclipse in Taurus with a powerful Venus conjunction. And this will open the eclipse portal for the fall. Eclipses generally come in twos and pairs, so we have this new moon partial solar eclipse, and then it will be leading us into this eclipse portal that goes right through to the November 8th Taurus full moon lunar eclipse. Holy smokes, this is going to be intense as we finish off this Taurus Scorpio axis, this death, transformation, and rebirth cycle that we've been in for all of 2022. How are you feeling now? And you can just step right up and have your life completely altered once you enter this unknown abyss that is this eclipse portal. And whatever happens to you now, this season, it is all part of your destiny, as destiny is calling and your destiny awaits. Eclipses are all about stepping in to destiny and having the hands of fate guide you along. And you had the power all along, as they say in The Wizard of Oz. I'm really in the mood to just go home and watch Dorothy right now. And this eclipse, you might want to do a little soul searching, something Scorpios love to do. Do some soul searching to really find your true purpose in life. And maybe your calling, your raison d'etre, your reason for being, and why are you here, and what are you supposed to be doing with this one precious life, and what are the lessons? How are you going to evolve your soul? What are the lessons of your soul's evolution? These are the kind of questions that come up with this Scorpio eclipse, this Scorpio new moon Taurus partial solar eclipse. And there's some journal prompts for you if you want to think about those things. And this eclipse portal, it really reminds me of a Reiki attunement, when you receive all this potent energy and it just opens your heart chakra as a Reiki level 1 attunement. Just opens the heart chakra, and that is the Venus conjunction coming in. Venus is opening our heart chakra and just pouring all this golden light energy in. And it opens up sort of a Pandora's box, just like a Reiki attunement, of things that are coming up that need to be processed, that need to be healed and dealt with and released and let go, so that we can move on to our next wherever we're going, and we can complete our journey ahead. And sometimes you have to go through this healing crisis, and it can be this kind of liminal space where it gets a little confusing at this eclipse portal. I'm even having a hard time following my train of thoughts as I'm even thinking about this eclipse portal, you might notice. And that's sort of the energy. So don't be afraid of that confusion. It's like walking through a labyrinth where it doesn't really matter where the labyrinth takes you. You will eventually get to where you need to be, and you will come out the other side transformed. And just tapping into Venus, I'm doing a whole nother recording on this Venus Sun Cazimi that is happening on October 22nd, just right before this eclipse portal, because there is so much going on during this eclipse portal that I even decided to separate out the Sabian symbols for this eclipse portal and make that a little mini video as well. And if you've been feeling like you've been living on a ledge lately, watch this Sabian symbol video. I promise you will be happy to see that there is a good ending to this whole chaotic 2020 year that we've been in, and I have such an optimistic feeling after reading these magical Sabian symbols. And this eclipse portal is a kind of hero's journey. Like any good movie, there may be some conflicts, upheaval, steep mountains to climb, struggle. But it's all going to be all that internal work where you are just healing everything within, because it all begins within. And just like the hero's journey, you go through all this struggle, strife, and chaos so that you can get to that really happy ending. Like any good movie. You know, I took a screenwriting class years ago, and you always have to have a conflict and then resolution, and then you finally get to that happy ending that we all deserve this year. And I promise you, that happy ending is coming. And when you watch the Sabian Symbol eclipse video, you will see why this eclipse has the luck of the Irish behind it. And there's so many blessings that are going to come when we finally get through this eclipse portal. It is a lucky time, I promise you. And I'm also just in love with this Venus Sun Cazimi coming in on October 22nd at 29 degrees of Libra. This is just the best love conjunction. It's so filled with heart, and I'm going to do a separate video on that too. You'll have to look for it. I'm actually going to do 2 Venus Sun Cazimis. One is going to be all about how you can manifest with this incredible Venus at the heart of the sun, expanding Venus's ability to manifest all that she desires, and Venus always gets what she wants. And then I'm also doing a second video that is specific to this Venus Sun Cazimi that really showcases the Sabian symbol for Libra, 29 degrees, which is a critical degree. And this will be a glorious moment in time and space to manifest your heart's desire when Venus is in that part of the sun, just expanding Venus's ability to manifest both love and abundance at this time. And this is really our last chance to manifest all that we desire in 2022. This is the best time to set your intentions and just make it happen. So you want to be sure you check out that Venus Sun Cazimi video, and don't miss this magic opportunity that only comes around about once a year. And look for those videos and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of these transits that are coming through the fall. We have so much juicy astrology to look forward to, some really powerful aspects that can launch us forward in so many ways. And there's so much coming in, I just can't squeeze it all into one video, or this would be a 6-hour video. So I'm also doing a video on the X1 sunstorms that we've been having. Oh my goodness, they have been breaking records on NASA's scales, and they've been deeply affecting all of us. If you've had weird emotions lately, or you're feeling just more emotional in general, having heart palpitations, ears ringing, insomnia, but then when you finally fall asleep, you're having crazy dreams, thirst and exhaustion, anxiety, all these weird symptoms, they're all coming from sunstorms. And I really did some research to see what is going on, because I was feeling the effects, but a lot of my massage clients were coming in with headaches, jaw tension, neck stuff, but even people who don't normally have headaches have been having insane migraines and just weird symptoms. And I thought, is this solar storms? And sure enough, we've been having off the charts solar storms, solar flares. And so I did a little digging in NASA's websites, and I'm just going to do a whole video. If you're interested, make sure you check out the X1 sunstorm video as well. And they are causing epic aurora borealis as well, which is beautiful. If you happen to be in a mountain in the middle of the night somewhere, I would love to go out somewhere and get video footage and photos. If you have any, let me know. I'd love to see them. But I'll talk about those sunstorms on another video. And then so many of you have been asking me and DMing and messaging me about wanting to know more about the Chiron in Aries, as I just talked about in the Aries full moon, which was conjunct Chiron in Aries. If you haven't watched that video, it's all about that wounded warrior healer transit, and you can still go back and check that out. But I also did a video for the Bend Health Guide that goes into the deep dive on the Chiron in Aries and all about the history, and it's just a fascinating report. I'm going to link it down below in the description. So if you are one of those people, I think I had like 40 people ask me, do a video about Chiron and Aries, and I was like, I already did, but it's on a different channel. So I will put that down in the description. Check it out. And then Bend Health Guide is a secondary channel that we have, and we also just uploaded this incredible binaural beats sound healing with distance Reiki for healing and to boost your immunity going into this season, because I've already seen so many of my massage clients getting really sick. I mean, not just COVID, but other flus and viruses and colds. There's just a bunch of stuff. It's like we're all back out in the world, and our immune systems might not be as strong as they were 2 years ago. So this sound healing, these scientists from Sweden who are just remarkable, they created these binaural beats that are at this frequency that helps to boost your immunity, and it also aligns your chakras. It just strengthens your whole energetic boundary so that you don't catch all the viruses going into this season. So I will link that down below too. I'm going to have all these links down below. And what else? Oh, then I'm also doing a separate video about how the eclipse will affect each and every zodiac sign. So look for that one too. And if you really want to know how this eclipse is affecting you personally, I am going to be doing an $88 mini eclipse chart reading now through November 1st. And so sign up for that. The link is below at my website, Kamimi Healing Arts. You can just go and order an eclipse chart, and I'll tell you exactly which house it's in, if you have any personal planets. If you are a Taurus or a Scorpio, of course you're going to be affected. If you have your South Node or North Node on that Taurus Scorpio axis, like many of my friends do, and even my husband has, you will really be feeling this. And the other fixed signs of Leo and Aquarius, you guys are going to be really feeling this too. But so many of us have different planets in Taurus and Scorpio, and we all have Taurus and Scorpio in one house or another. So I will do this reading to just tell you exactly where this eclipse is going to be for you. And all of the funds from this eclipse sale will be going to my cat's catio, because my cats really need a catio. We have a neighbor who has this obnoxious pit bulls, and they let them off leash all the time, and my cats just need a safe place in our front garden to be. So I decided I'm going to put all the proceeds from this astrology sale. I did really good with the retrograde astrology sale, and I thank you all so much for supporting that. And this one is going to my cats. And I went on a deep dive, spiritual, soul searching for what Spirit wants me to tell you about this eclipse, this transcendental journey that we will embark on beginning on October 25th. But we're already soaking in the energy this month. And I felt like I was pulled into the underworld myself, Scorpio that I am. And there's simply no words. It's just this quiet void. And it's so quiet here on the lake today. You can just hear the quiet. And that's what I found. And I spent more time on this video, and I felt like I was receiving less information, less words to describe this eclipse portal. And it's just taking us to these otherworldly places this time. And it's sort of beyond intellectual comprehension. You gotta sink down into your heart. That's what the Venus Sun Cazimi wants you to do. Venus conjuncting this whole eclipse is asking you to get out of your mind, get into your heart. And just breathe into your heart. The heart knows. And the truth is, we are just entering some uncharted territory. And I feel like I need to do some kind of interpretive dance instead to just express how wild and unfettered this energy is. And while I was writing this eclipse portal, I went in my backyard and I found a belladonna plant. If you know belladonna, if you know your herbs, belladonna is also known as deadly nightshade. It is this beautiful, shiny leaved green plant with dark purple black berries. And it is so magnetic. It was so strikingly beautiful. I felt so lured in by this belladonna, but I instantly knew those are poison berries, and I had to pull it and get it out of the yard because we have chickens and cats and dogs, and I don't want anyone to eat those berries because belladonna is lethal poison. And if you've been watching for a while, you might remember that the last time we had a Scorpio eclipse back in May was when I accidentally put malachite crystal in my sauerkraut, and I accidentally consumed malachite, which is poison. I have this thing about coming across poison during these Scorpio eclipses, and of course Scorpio and Pluto rules over poison, so be really careful, don't poison yourself this eclipse. And so it was just fascinating that, I don't know, this belladonna, it just volunteered in my garden. And Central Oregon, where I live, it is so hard to grow anything. It's amazing that something could grow so lush and beautiful. It was a huge plant full of like 50 purple black berries, and my blueberries only got like 10 blueberries. So this belladonna was thriving in our garden, and it must have been there for quite a while. And there was something about this magnetic, dark beauty. It was like a seductive Venus goddess. It just pulled me in. But I know that it could destroy me with that poison, but there's a part of me that I just wanted to taste the berry. I just am so curious, like, is it sweet? Is it bitter? I didn't do it. I'm not going to. That could kill you. I know belladonna is just a wicked poison, but there's something about this eclipse that is causing us a strong desire to partake in something that just might destroy you. So be careful, my friends. Don't do it. Don't eat those berries. And I went down a little rabbit hole online to learn that belladonna was first discovered by the Moirae, the three sister goddesses of fate in the Greek mythology, who ensured that every living being fulfilled their destiny as it was assigned to them by the laws of the universe. And I thought, wow, how magical. Belladonna has led me to learn more about the Moirae, and they are all about destiny and fate. And this eclipse is all about our destiny and fate, calling us to go on the transcendental hero's journey and live the life that we were meant to and learn the soul's lessons. And our destiny is represented in Greek mythology as a thread spun from a spindle. And that is our entire life. It's just like a spindle of thread. And the three sisters are Clotho, the youngest sister, who presided over the moment you were born. The moment you were born, she set you off into a certain destiny, a certain fate. And the second goddess sister is Lachesis, and she spun out all the events and actions of your life like a seamstress. She's just spinning that thread all throughout your life. And perhaps you can pray to her if you want to go in a different direction. And finally, Atropos, the elder, who would cut the thread of your spindle with a pair of shining scissors. And that was it. That meant your life was over, you know, just that quick. Man, and you definitely want to pray to her like, please don't cut my thread. I won't eat the berries, I promise. But anyways, it's just interesting to think at just one hit of the scissors and it could all be over. Our lives will end at some time. This is true. And this eclipse is reminding us of our own immortality. And as Jim Morrison said, no one here gets out alive. I got all of these takeaways just from seeing this belladonna in my garden that Jess volunteered. And I mean, herbs and plants and animals and stones and all the things you see in a day, they are magnificent teachers if you just pay attention to your surroundings. And if you just are inquisitive like a good Scorpio is, and Scorpios are such detectives. I always feel like Sherlock Holmes or Nancy Drew as a Scorpio. Scorpios love to investigate. And I see this belladonna just popping up in my garden, and I think, why? And so then I have to go online and just do the whole search and the rabbit hole about what does belladonna mean and what is belladonna trying to tell me. And belladonna brought me to the three Greek goddess sisters of fate, the Moirai. And so I ask you to just pay attention and to see what is showing up for you this eclipse. And what can you investigate more closely? Think of yourself like a detective, or like you have a lens that you can just look closer at whatever it is. If it's a butterfly, you can find out what that means when you see a butterfly. I love, there's a woman who does what's your sign, and she does all the animal totems. So whenever I see a hummingbird or a woodpecker, I can go home and look up what does that mean. And just pay attention to your surroundings during this whole eclipse portal from October 25th to November 8th, because people will be showing up, animals will be showing up, plants might be showing up. There are teachers coming to put you on the path, to guide you towards your destiny, and you have to pay attention or you'll miss it. So pay attention for these teachers, and maybe somebody's showing up in your life right now to bring you to the destiny that you were born for. And that is the juice of this Scorpio eclipse. It's so exciting. And the other thing you can do now as we're going towards Hallows Eve and Dios de los Muertos is to honor your ancestors and ask for their divine guidance too, because they can also teach you and guide you from above. And this is the time to just put their photos out and make a ceremony, say their name. That's what they say in Dios de los Muertos. You've got to say their name, and maybe buy some marigolds and make an altar to your ancestors and ask for their wisdom during this Scorpio Taurus eclipse portal as well. And maybe this new moon, you can spend some time gazing into a crystal ball or a magic mirror And this is the reflective, intuitive kind of energy that we want to tap into at this time. It's time to get quiet and really listen to the divine messages that are trying to come through to you. And let the universe, let Source talk to you. Even if it's in your dreams, pay attention to your dreams. And this is the kind of sorcery we find in the Scorpio season. And it cannot be contained in words. It's more of a sense, a feeling, a knowing, an intuition. And when you try to explain it to your friends, they don't understand because the words will fail you in explaining this. And even as I was writing this, I was like, the words are failing me. So I even tried doing some automatic writing about this eclipse. And when I do astrology charts or a distance Reiki session with clients, I always do some automatic writing at the end. I really try to get impressions of what was coming through during the healing or what was coming through when I was looking at their astrology chart. And I just take pen to my journal and I just write in a way where I just let spirit speak through me. And I highly recommend get yourself a journal. We're actually going to start making some mystical, magical journals that we're going to sell going into Christmas season. I'll put the link below on Amazon because I use so many journals and I was like, I want a really cool journal that I can do this automatic writing in. And you just put your pen to the paper and you just ask for the divine messages to come through, and then you just start writing and you'll be amazed. It's like it's coming through you. It's not, sometimes I look and I'm like, those aren't even my words. What does this even mean? And sometimes so many messages just come flying through. I think sometimes I need to put like take a number for all the messages, like whoa, 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 okay, don't give me so many messages all at once. I gotta have it take a number so I could just do one message after the other and keep them in order. And my clients are always amazed at how much I write in my impressions, but it's really just flowing through me. It's not even all my own. It's something, a higher guidance that is really coming through, and I just write it all out. And so I did this for the eclipse and I just came up with all these impressions and thoughts. I did it for Scorpio and I did it for Taurus. And at the end of the day, it was just kind of nonsense, but I'm going to read it all at the end of this reading as a kind of spoken word poetry about Scorpio and Taurus. And this eclipse portal is a transformative time when all this stuff is just coming in that wants to be processed and wants to be healed. There's just deep internal stuff that may be coming up for you now. That's really a normal part of a Scorpio process. So just writing it all down in a journal is an incredible way to get in touch with your demons. And the stuff that is coming up for you, it wants to be released and let go so you can make room so that you can manifest your heart's desire. All that stuff, all that emotional turmoil that you've been holding on to maybe for years, maybe your whole life, it's blocking your ability to receive all that you want to manifest. And so using this automatic writing and using the journal prompts and writing it all out, it just clears the way. And sometimes you can just write it all out and throw it in a bonfire and just release it and let that shit go, as they say. And this will make way for the new energy, the Taurus rebirth. We're moving into that rebirth energy finally on November 8th when we have that Taurus lunar eclipse that is so juicy, and that's when the good news comes. But you want to get ready. It's like you want to clean out all your emotional, energetic clutter. And this is such a good time to get an energy clearing or a space clearing, or just clean out your house and make way for the good that is coming in this fall. And really paying attention to your dreams right now, even if they don't make sense. You can make sense of it all later on, because our dreams are giving us these powerful downloads right now And it's about what is to come and the future that we are stepping into, that future that we are birthing. We're like a midwife, and we're birthing in this new world and this new paradigm and this new reality that is not even, we don't even really know what it is yet. And it's beyond what we know. It's like the story of the invisible ships. When the Mayflower first came ashore to America, the Native Americans couldn't even see it because they couldn't comprehend what it was. It was just so new to them. It was this thing they'd never seen before. And it was outside of their scope of reality. And we are moving into a new dimension now too that is beyond our current sense of knowing. And who knows what we are missing or we're just not seeing because we can't comprehend it. And that is why so many people I know keep telling me they're having these crazy mystical dreams that they can't even comprehend. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, and when I wake up I forget the whole thing because I couldn't understand what was going on. But if you can just grasp a little bit of a dream like that and just write down anything you remember. You saw a frog, write down frog. You know, just any little tidbit of that dream. Those dreams are guiding you in to this future, into this new paradigm. And so many of my clients, friends, are all asking me, what is going on? So that's what we're really talking about. Yes, the energy has been crazy. We've already been soaking in this eclipse portal before it even begins. And then we have all those intense solar storms. And it's all been building up to this powerful moment, this transformation that we're just stepping into, starting on October 25th. And this is the astrological event of the year. I've been talking about this for so long, this whole death, transformation, rebirth. And here it is. We're finally completing this whole year Taurus Scorpio axis cycle that we've been on. And the last eclipse we had was a blood moon total lunar eclipse in Scorpio on that Scorpio full moon. If you remember, that was May 15th. And think back to where you were and what was happening and what was going on. What processes were you going through back in May? That's when I poisoned myself with a malachite crystal. But anyways, what were you doing? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? How were your relationships? Just bring it all back for a minute. May 15th. Did you look at that lunar blood moon eclipse? Did you get a cell phone photo? I know so many people did. And we've had so much breakdown to breakthrough, transformations, psychologically just figuring things out since that May 15th. And now it's all coming into a completion. It's like this. It's like we've been taking a really tough class in college, and this is our final. We're getting ready to take the final here on October 25th, going until November 18th. And by November 10th, we're either going to pass or fail this class, but it will be over. I promise you. The whole thing, this whole portal that we've been in is going to be over, this Taurus Scorpio. And then next year, we'll be going into Aries Libra, and it'll be a totally different energy. And we will talk about that later. But right now we're in this class, and I hope we can pass. I hope even if we just get a C, right? And if you are a fixed sign, if you are a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, I know that this breakthrough or breakdown to breakthrough transformation, I know you've been feeling this. I know you've had some incredible changes coming up, and I'd love to know more about it. And if y'all need Reiki, if anyone needs Reiki from this really intense year, I know Taurus Scorpio is hard for a lot of people. Just leave a comment below and I will send you distance Reiki, because so many people I know are going through difficult times this year. Incredible hardships, it seems. And I've seen more people who are anxious, depressed, burned out, disconnected, addicted, and even drinking more than usual this year And it's especially my mom clients right now. I have so many mom clients who really seem like they're suffering. And I know a lot of you are just a hot mess right now. And as a healer, I've been offering so much healing support to friends and clients alike this year. And I think many of us are just we're just running on stress and adrenaline for all of 2020 and 2021. And then we finally just sort of like the tank was empty. We ran out of the reserve energy. That's what I'm seeing with my clients. And there was no more energy left in the tank. And it's times like this, during an eclipse portal like this, that I am so grateful for my self-Reiki practice. And I really hope that my Reiki students who I know watch this, I hope you guys are doing your self-Reiki too. And I just want to show for a moment a really simple self-Reiki that y'all can do even if you've never taken a Reiki class, even if you've never had a Reiki attunement. You all have the energy in your hands. We all were born with energy in our hands to heal ourselves. It's why we always touch the area of pain when we hurt ourselves. So I just want to show you a really simple self-Reiki exercise you can do during this eclipse portal if you need some energy, some healing, some support. You just rub your hands together until you get some nice warmth in between your hands. And then just imagine that there's a golden sunlight ball of energy. We can imagine that is the Venus Sun Cazimi, with the Venus at the heart of the sun, and it's just a ball of golden energy. And just take a deep breath. And then bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. And just take some deep breaths in. And you can just sit in this position with your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly for as long as you need to receive that golden light healing energy of Reiki. And this is an eclipse portal to do that inner healing work and to really nourish yourself and take care of yourself, because you may be feeling more sensitive now. And this will affect some of us more than others. And I'm going to do another video about what an eclipse is astrologically and why it has such a profound effect on us. For instance, if you have those personal planets, sun, moon, rising, north node, or south node in any of the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, then you will be feeling this the most of all. And you may have profound changes coming in your life this fall. And some amazing opportunities can just fall in your lap now. And new doors will open and you will align with your destiny. And it could just take your life in a completely new and exciting direction. And eclipses are all about connecting you to your destiny and finding you and making you do something. It could just feel like you're being pulled to do something out of your control. And when you have your chart read and you see it all written out right there, you really realize that it was all written in the stars. And we all have that Taurus, Scorpio somewhere in our chart, in some house. It will be making an impact on you for this eclipse. And some areas are not as big a deal as other areas. And this is why some people really feel these eclipses where other friends are like, I didn't feel a thing. And if you have had your chart read by me in the past, like either, I know a lot of you guys have ordered astrology charts, or if you've won an astrology chart in one of my full moon giveaways, leave a comment and I will tell you exactly which house. I can just you're already in my system, and I can just pull you up and tell you where this eclipse will be hitting you, which house it's going to be affecting for you. And if you have not had an astrology chart reading from me, you should definitely like, comment, and subscribe, because every full moon I give away a free astrology chart and energy clearing. And the next one I will be giving away on the Taurus lunar eclipse full moon on November 8th. And this new moon is an excellent time to set an intention for something that you want to change or transform in your life. And I've heard other astrologers say you shouldn't set an intention during an eclipse, new moon, and I completely disagree, because as long as you know that whatever your intention is for this new moon eclipse, it's going to bring about change and transformation. So as long as you have that sort of written into your intention, I want to change my bad habits, I want to clean my room regularly. I think I'm going to do that one. And it's fine as long as you're willing to accept the change. It's not the greatest seed planting, like I want to manifest, but although we have that Venus Sun Cazimi, which is all about manifesting, so I would say this is a manifesting moon. And I think intentions for a new moon in Scorpio are about things that tie into that phoenix rising from the ashes. In what way do you want to rise up and transform your life, and what new direction do you want to go in now that you've overcome that transformation, that big change? And we will be working on a rebirth, and this is a fertile time, so you can also make intentions for something you want to create, or if you do want to get pregnant, if you do want fertility. We are actually recording a video right now with sound healing binaural beats specific to rebirth and fertility, just to align with this eclipse portal. And I have so many clients that I'm working with right now who are trying to get pregnant. So I'm doing this for them, but it also just aligns with the energy of that Taurus rebirth coming in. And rebirth can be more than just getting pregnant. If you're like me, I'm past the age of having children, but rebirth and fertility to me is about creating and birthing something new. It could be a new book, a new website, a new business, a new enterprise, who knows, anything. So be thinking of that. And we have all that fertile energy coming in on that lunar eclipse on November 8th. We will all be feeling reborn at that time, and we will be able to birth in something new. And this eclipse is also square Pluto, and the planet that rules over Scorpio. I think it's so magical that we have Venus, the ruler of Taurus, and Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, who are both coming to the party on this new moon. They're both like engaged in this whole eclipse portal, as they should be. And Pluto, of course, rules that underworld, death and transformation. And Pluto is really in his power now, as he just stationed direct. He's starting to move forward again. And I don't know about you, but I've seen more death this year. Has anybody else lost somebody or seen people cross over? I do these bridge of lights for people. I'll send distance Reiki and send a bridge of light when people are in a hospice situation, and I think I'm up to like 45 bridge of lights that I've been sending out to people who are crossing over this year. And I've also been sending lots of distance Reiki to people who have lost somebody this year. It just seems like the death is really a part of this. I know it's right there in the name, death, transformation, rebirth, but I'm definitely seeing that Pluto, the Undertaker, is really doing his job. And now he is squaring this new moon. And I think that just a lot of people that are crossing over, they just sort of didn't sign up for this brave new world. We're being reborn with this Taurus eclipse that's coming next. And maybe the people that are crossing over, they're not wanting to go into that new world like some of us are. I seriously hope my contract does not expire, because I can't wait to see this new world. I have been dreaming about the age of Aquarius since I was in diapers and I was singing the song, you know, and I think we are moving into the age of Aquarius. I think we're really going to be stepping into it next year in 2023, and a lot of golden light with that Neptune and Jupiter. I mean, there's just so much good that is going to come from this new world. We're just at that crunchy time right now where it's right before you birth something into being, and it's just a stressful time now, but it is going to get so much better in 2023. Mark my word. And Pluto is also a great creator and a manifester, and he is associated with wealth. And America is having its Pluto return in the second house of wealth and possessions right now. So a lot of upheaval and a lot of reconstruction of our financial systems. And I think we're all feeling some financial stuff going on. And so we'll see how that transforms. That's all a part of this eclipse portal too. And I know I've said in the past that squares, they're just those diamond making pressure cookers. But I honestly feel, I'm not scared, maybe because I'm a Scorpio and I'm ruled by Pluto, I'm not scared of this Pluto squaring this eclipse, because I think Pluto has a gift for us. And if you are willing to make a change, if you're willing to transform, Pluto is going to bring you a divine gift that's going to take you to the next level where you can manifest wealth. And he has remarkable gifts. And if you are just willing to receive it, Pluto is offering you to transcend your reality and be even bigger and bolder, and to step into your destiny and be all that you were meant to be. And we are all moving into a higher vibrational reality right now. Can you feel that? And you can attain everything if you're just willing to hold out your hands and accept the gifts that Pluto is freely giving, and allow for the blessings to come to you with this eclipse portal. And if you don't set an intention for this new moon, you will be missing out on that incredible Venus Sun Cazimi, which is so incredible for manifesting. You have to watch my other video to see the 3 steps. I tell you, Venus, she knows how to manifest, and manifesting is easy as 1, 2, 3 with Venus. And Venus, I always think of like Lola. She gets what she wants, and I will teach you how to do that in this other video. And this is just a really good new moon to get your mind right and think and say positive things. And really, don't worry about your mind. Get your heart right. Get your heart thinking and saying positive words, because the truth is our heart is more powerful than our mind even. And our heart is really holding extra potency right now to manifest what we want. And we can create anything with this potent alchemy that's coming in with this new moon. This is a celestial opportunity that will not come again. So you've got to align with this Venus Sun Cazimi on October 22nd. Put a gold star in your calendar and watch that video so you can make things happen, just like Taurus and Scorpio are so good at doing. And one last aspect we have for this eclipse portal is Pleiades is going to be in the east. If you look into the east after 7 p.m., well, at least here in the Pacific Northwest where I live, you will see Pleiades shining so bright. And Pleiades, I swear Pleiades is my home planet. I love to see those sisters. It kind of looks like a question mark. And that is another way to connect with our ancestors and to connect with the higher beings that can really guide us and transform our lives in this eclipse portal. So just maybe before you go to bed at night, just go out and gaze upon the Pleiades and ask for their divine 7-star sisters guidance, and I promise Pleiades will answer your call and you will have an incredible dream. I've done this before. And now I'm going to just go ahead and share my automatic writing impressions for this new moon eclipse for Scorpio and Taurus. It's just going to freeform some words and read Scorpio vibes. Sensual, mystery, wild, passion, powerful, magnetic, controlling, secrets, supernatural, underworld, transcendental, therapeutic, independent, determined, focused, soul lessons, limitless, unknown, winner, possessive, obsessive, a desire to have and to hold, forgiveness, transcend, evolve, golden thread, spiritual resurrection, awakening, and metamorphosis. I have a little chipmunk who's joining me right now. Oh my god, that's so cute. And then Taurus vibes. Patience, nourish, delicious, rebirth, growth, bloom, empath, turbulent, beauty, rebellious, achieve, strength, the long haul, journey, breathe, bliss, consciousness, becoming, heavy duty, resilient, compassionate, warm-hearted, loyal, work hard, play hard, and always order dessert first. What words describe all the feelings you're feeling for this eclipse portal? Try some automatic writing this new moon. I promise the messages will come through, and see if anything comes up for you, and then share it in the comments below. I'd love to know and hear about your experience with destiny this month. And I'm sending a big old distance energy clearing with the pendulum and Reiki for this one, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win a full astrology reading. Look in the description below. I'm going to have so many links to so many things. And we will soon find out what that Taurus total lunar eclipse has in store for us with the Uranus conjunction next time. Holy smokes. I hope that movie will have a good ending too. you.